Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week wisdom and legacy building podcast. This is day 623 of our trek, and today is our last segment of this Philosophy Friday series. Each Friday, we pondered some of the basic truths and mysteries of life and how they can impact us in creating our living legacy. Today, we are completing our extended multi-week trek, and actually it's been a multi-month trek, as we've explored the teachings of one of my virtual mentors, Jim Rohn. The core of the current trek is based primarily on Jim Rohn's book called The 5 Major Pieces to the Life Puzzle. Keeping in continuity with Wisdom Trek, I have adapted it to The 5 Trails on Life's Trek. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. As we reach a conclusion of our current Philosophy Friday trek, we will build on the story from last week about the person who went fishing in the Niagara River and paid no attention to a small boat drifting toward the falls until it was too late. Today, I encourage you to examine your current drift to see where you are heading. In addition to examining your drift, you must grasp the concept that life is not a practice session. There is no dress rehearsal. The world is your stage, and each day is a performance. So today we will remain in camp and complete our review as we ponder and consider the 5 Trails on Life's Trek, Conclusion Part 4. As we finish the trek, as a reminder, our overall extended trek covered these 5 trails: philosophy, attitude, activity, results, and lifestyle. So today we desire to explore the concept of examining your current drift. We are going to continue with our thoughts of last Friday's story, and if you have not listened to it or read the journal, go back and review it now, which can be found at wisdom-trek.com, day 618. Just like the small boat in last week's story, you are drifting in some direction even at this very moment. The only thing that you can determine with any degree of accuracy is where your current drift may be taking you. The big unknown is whether you still have enough ticks on your personal clock in order to change. For some people, their past deeds have charted a course which threatens to imprison their future, and yet they do not take corrective or immediate action. They allow the drift of neglect to continue unabated. They permit their desire for entertainment to subdue their appetite for education. Rather than searching, they become lost. They are inclined to think that their small mistakes or neglects or errors in judgment don't really matter all that much. They have not yet learned that everything affects everything else, and their actions of today are forming the consequences of tomorrow. Their careless acts and their wandering thoughts are swallowing up their most precious resource, which is time. It is because they seem to have so much time that they have allowed the individual moments of opportunity to slip unnoticed into accumulation of empty years. Your philosophy is moving you toward a specific future condition. So is your current attitude, the level of activity, and results. Your philosophy is moving you toward a specific future condition. So is your current attitude, the level of activity, and results. Your current lifestyle is either encouraging you to experience new depth of emotional experience or whispering that you can wait until you have it all. What you are and how you are must be examined, but also with a keen awareness of the ticking clock. Maybe you only have a few years left. Maybe you only have a few months left. Either way, wouldn't it make more sense to be doing something constructive with the time that remains rather than to be passively waiting for the time that will take its inevitable toll? Next, we want to look at the concept that life is not a practice session. The time for practice is over. Practice time was while you were in school. You are now full participants in the game of life, and your opponent is human mediocrity. In the absence of intense and intelligent human activities, the weeds of failure will move in to destroy the small amount of progress that your efforts have created. You cannot afford to wait for that 2-minute warning that we discussed a couple weeks ago. You cannot afford to wait until the last few minutes to discover that your game plan isn't working. You cannot afford to wait until the last few ticks of the clock to become intense about your life's opportunities. You must challenge yourself right now with a new level of thinking and drive yourself toward a new level of achievement. You must impose upon yourself a new discipline and develop a new attitude about life that motivates you and inspires others. You cannot keep waiting for that foolproof opportunity to come by before you force yourself to get serious. You must identify with the current opportunity and embrace it. You must breathe your talent and your vigor and your new sense of urgency into its existence and discover all that you can really do. You cannot allow yourself to dwell upon the risk of every opportunity. Instead, you must seize that opportunity that is inherent in every risk, knowing that you must sometimes run the risk of going too far in order to discover just how far you really can go. I know that you can do it. You can change your life. You can start right now by simply developing a new sense of urgency. Remember, your clock is ticking. You have the ability to achieve whatever you want if you are just willing to begin the process right now. It is easy to achieve success and happiness, and it is also easy not to achieve them. The final result of your life will be determined by whether you make too many errors in judgment, repeated every day, or whether you dedicated your life to a few simple disciplines practiced every day. The discipline of strengthening and broadening your philosophy, the discipline of developing a better attitude, the discipline of engaging in a more intense and consistent activity that will lead you to achievement of greater results, the discipline of studying your results in order to anticipate the future more objectively, the discipline of living life more fully and investing all of your experiences into a better future. These are the challenges which you must apply your talents and your intensity with a sense of urgency and unshakable resolve. It is my hope and the objective of Wisdom Trek that through our daily treks we will share information that will assist you as you trek your trails of life. As you go through life's trek, may your trails become progressively smoother and easier to navigate. And as you reach your summit of life and your trek of life is finishing, may you be able to say, as the Apostle Paul did at the end of his trek in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 6 through 8. As for me, my life has already been poured out as an offering to God. The time of my death is near. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I have remained faithful. And now the prize awaits me, the crown of righteousness which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give me on the day of his return. And the prize is not just for me, but for all who eagerly look forward to his appearing. And as you stand before your Maker, may he say, as he did in Matthew chapter 25, verse 21, "The master was full of praise. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling a small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." We have deliberately taken our trek slowly over these past 45 Fridays, as we are now finishing the 5 trails on life's trek. Next Friday, we will begin a new series of trail, as we will be looking at facing and then conquering the giants that are in your life. I know that you'll find these insights interesting and profitable in living a rich and satisfying life. Our next trek will be Mind Shift Monday, where we will help you to live differently by thinking differently. So encourage your friends and family to join us, and then come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past daily treks or read the associated journal, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. You can also subscribe at iTunes or Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. And I want to thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, let to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you on Monday.